Slightly odd location. I hope you cannot see inside my neighbor's window. Thought I would do a little chatty video, not really saying anything of substance or use to anyone, but just a little update on my life, I guess. As of today, there are 50 days left of summer, or 48 to be precise, which is actually not a lot if you think about it. On Friday, September 22nd, I am officially moving to the United Kingdom for the next 3 or more years, which is kind of crazy. Seeing as I've grown up in the same place my whole life, it's kind of weird to think that this will no longer be my life. I thought I would do a little post-IB update, now that I am officially not a student for the next 2 months. I also got a microphone. That's so fun. It was actually quite affordable, surprisingly. First investment that I have made so far for YouTube. Yes, I'm filming on my phone, as I do have a camera, but I literally have no idea how to use it, so this will have to do for now. Having finished the IB about a month now. It's been a month, oh my god, since results came out. I feel like I'm coming to realize how little it actually mattered, which is one of those classic IB experiences that everyone goes through, where it's like, okay, like I worked so hard, now what? I feel like it's very much a matter of once you get into your university or like get the grades you need for like scholarship or whatever, beyond that point it's more of like an ego matter of like, oh, I want to get a really good grade, but for what? Like, it's not really doing anything. Anyways, just take that as PSA if you are currently in IB or high school for that matter and stressing out over your grades. Like, it really doesn't matter as much as you would think. I feel like such a typical experience if you are like an academics obsessed person like myself is when you finish school and then you feel like you don't know what to do with your life. I often hear like university students talk about this as well, when you've like graduated and you're no longer a student, which I guess I'm not really in the same position, but it's like, it was definitely weird at first being done with IB, because I think for IB especially, or like maybe even any high school program, it's like you always have something to be doing. Like there's always some test to study for, or like some subject to review, or like some like project to work on. And I feel like when you're done, it's like, what do I do with all this time? The problem with having such a long summer break from literally beginning of June to end of September is not knowing what to do. I feel like I've done everything that I wanted to do this summer, so I have been pretty bored. At first, I had this like weird phase in June where I would do like intense research into behavioral economics, like every day. I would read like articles and books and journals and listen to podcasts. It was a little obsessive and unnecessary, but now I'm really bored of the field, which is a bit of a problem considering it was what I was intending on specializing in and possibly doing my dissertation on. Hopefully I'll like re-find an interest in it. My phone is literally out of storage. I was saying I feel like I have a pretty good foundational understanding of the subject now, which I feel like could help in university. Other than that, I have been thinking a little bit about how I want to spend the rest of my summer, the next 48 days. Literally everyone I know is traveling, so I've been pretty bored. I do really want to make more videos, or like be a bit more consistent, just to have this as like my fun summer project. Other than that, I also really want to read more. I'm currently reading this book, Catcher in the Rye, which is like such a classic. I feel like everyone has read it in like middle or high school. It's like one of those books. I'm actually really enjoying it so far. I think it has a very easy writing style for being a classic book. It's also quite funny. The main character is like kind of crazy, which is entertaining to read about. So I really recommend it. I'm also trying to get into more like just like literature type of works, because I feel like my reading this year has been either like self-help type books or like non-fiction or like TikTok books, which are honestly like my comfort thing. I love a good TikTok romance. But yeah, I think just to stay a bit more cultured, I want to start getting into more classics. I've been trying to prepare a little bit as well, just by doing some reading. I'm realizing I might hate philosophy because I'm doing kind of like a joint degree, economics, psychology, and philosophy. And I feel like philosophy, actually, I'm not that interested in. Like, based on the syllabus that I looked at, the first topic is like political philosophy, which just like really bores me. But I don't know, maybe I'll end up liking it, who knows. The thought of starting university is also pretty scary because it's pretty soon. From what I've heard based on people I've talked to, I think many of us have this desire to sort of reinvent ourselves for university and like, you know, become a new person. I have always wanted that, at least. But I'm finding it so weird to think that like in 2 months from now I'm probably going to be the same person. Just as 2 months ago from today I was pretty much the same person. I think also being surrounded by so many new people is going to be a little jarring, maybe. Like, I think it's so different from school too, because you have literally thousands of people. I'm super excited to go to university and like meet people with similar interests, because I feel like it's almost designed in a way that can happen very naturally, like with the societies in the UK universities, for instance. Like, basically just make friends and you have like a shared interest already. I really want to join a bunch of societies and just have a great freshers week. I'm hoping this will document my thoughts pre-university so I can look back this later and just see how it actually went. Also, just want to point out the wire for this microphone is literally so long. Like, this isn't just, there's also this entire section. I think it's like 6 meters long in total, which is why I haven't like unwrapped it yet, because I don't think I need that much. I think as I'm getting older, I'm also starting to realize how important it is to just like spend time with yourself and be okay with that. I think especially this summer, like I said, seeing as everyone I know is traveling, I have been spending a lot of time just like going out on my own, going to the library or just like going on a walk, or going to the mall, and it's becoming sort of like a relaxing activity. I think even though it feels a little weird or like boring at times, if you have a good audiobook or like podcast with you, I've been really into podcasts lately, especially ones where it's like people talking together, as in there's like a group of people that are all discussing something rather than just like one person. That's really fun. It feels like you have some company, or just like good music, a book. That's all fun. I really recommend starting a channel if you are even remotely interested in video editing or talking to yourself. It's a fun way to like document your life. I've been making like little videos since I was like a child, just like talking to my camera or like talking to my iPad. Actually, I found like the earliest videos were from like 2011, when I would like pretend to be vlogging, and here I am now actually vlogging. But yeah, I am literally dying from the heat. I'm praying that my microphone is actually working. But yeah, that is all for today.